Every age has changed the world. Every challenge opened doors. Now intelligence is rising, showing possibilities once ignored. AI can process, predict, and create, but only people choose our fate. Technology may light the way, human wisdom leads the day. With evidence and intuition, with courage, empathy, and vision, we bring the art, we bring the science, we lead with purpose and with conscience. Inspire, empower, transform, leave a legacy, lead with wisdom, lead with heart, shape what tomorrow can be. AI gives us speed and scale, but people give it meaning. Inspire, empower, transform, lead the future responsibly. See the signals, imagine more, align the people, open the door, turn the vision into action, build a culture of collaboration, be firm and purpose, kind with people, fair and judgment, clear and truthful, listen, learn, adapt and grow, great leaders help potential show, let values be our trusted compass, let ethics guide each choice before us, innovation needs direction, progress needs a human connection. Inspire, empower, transform, leave a legacy, lead with wisdom, lead with heart, shape what tomorrow can be. AI gives us speed and scale, but people give it meaning. Inspire, empower, transform, lead the future
السلام عليكم جيت بكيت. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. شو اخبارك؟
Success begins by growing yourself, but leadership means growing someone else. Attract their talents, set them free, challenge, invest, and help them believe. AI multiplies what we know. Great leaders multiply how people grow. The greatest measure of what we achieve is what others become and what they believe. Inspire, empower, transform, leave a legacy. Combine intelligence with humanity and possibility with responsibility. Know deeply, care deeply, connect with purpose and integrity. Inspire, empower, transform. Together we lead successfully. AI can tell us what is possible. Leadership decides what is right. Lead with purpose. Lead with people. Lead with wisdom. Lead toward the light. Every age has changed the world. Every challenge opened doors. Now intelligence is rising, showing possibilities once ignored. AI AI can process, predict, and create, but only people choose our fate. Technology may light the way, human wisdom leads the day. With evidence and intuition, with courage, empathy, and vision, we bring the art, we bring the science, we lead with purpose and with conscience. Inspire, empower, transform. Leave a legacy. Lead with wisdom, lead with heart. Shape what tomorrow can be. AI gives us speed and scale, but people give it meaning. Inspire, empower, transform. Lead the future responsibly. See the signals, imagine more, align the people, open the door, turn the vision into action, build a culture of collaboration, be firm and purpose, kind with people, fair in judgment, clear and truthful, listen, learn, adapt and grow, great leaders help potential show, let values be our trusted compass, let ethics guide each choice before us, innovation needs direction, progress needs a human connection. Inspire, empower, transform. Leave a legacy. Lead with wisdom, lead with heart. Shape what tomorrow can be. AI gives us speed and scale, but people give it meaning.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those visiting us, welcome to Abu Dhabi University, the great place to be today. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to what I believe will be a very thought-provoking session this afternoon. We are living and working through one of the most significant periods of our time. Artificial intelligence, it's changing how we work, how we learn, how we communicate, and how we make decisions, and increasingly, how we lead. But perhaps the most important question we can simply ask is, what can AI do? Or what we must do differently because of AI. And that brings us perfectly to today's session, the art and science of leadership in the era of AI. Today's presentation will take us beyond the technology itself and into something much more important, the human side of leadership. And you know me, I'm from HR, so that's why I'm here. Because while AI can give us data, intelligence, speed, and scale, leadership must still provide the purpose, judgment, wisdom, values, and that human connection that determines how intelligence is used. And I cannot think of a more appropriate person to lead this conversation than our very own Professor Ghassan Awad, the Chancellor of Abu Dhabi University. And with that, it gives me great pleasure, and on a more personal note, great pride to introduce to you Professor Ghassan Awad. Many of us know Professor Ghassan as our Chancellor, but those of us who've had the privilege of working very closely with him know him as a leader who genuinely believes in the power of people, ideas, innovation, and collaboration. Professor Ghassan is a leader who challenges us to think differently all the time. He encourages us not to simply accept the way things have already been done, but to ask, can we do it better? Can we think differently? And most importantly, what impact will it create? One of the qualities I particularly admire about Professor Ghassan's leadership is his ability to bring us together and bring together the art and science of leadership, making the title of today's session very fitting. The art of leadership lies in creating a compelling vision, building relationships, inspiring trust, fostering creativity, leading with empathy and humor. As you see, he's smiling right now, and bringing people together around a shared purpose and vision. The science of leadership, on the other hand, is grounded in strategy, evidence, planning, performance, accountability, and delivering results, as we can see with Abu Dhabi University. Professor Ghassan demonstrates that truly exceptional leadership It's not about choosing one over the other, but balancing both. And perhaps that balance has never been more important than today as we navigate this new era of AI. Because as technology becomes more intelligent, our leadership must become more human. Under Professor Ghassan's leadership, we have continued to challenge ourselves at Abu Dhabi University. We continue to innovate. We embrace AI and emerging technologies to strengthen our academic offerings, and more importantly, to prepare our people and students for the changing future. But what I believe you will hear very clearly today is that transformation is not simply about leadership. It's about our people, about technology and how we use that to combine. It's about creating an environment in which people can learn, experiment, contribute, challenge ideas, grow, and ultimately thrive. So, colleagues, I encourage you not to simply listen to today's presentation, but to reflect on your own leadership. Ask yourself, what kind of leader do I need to become for the future that is already arriving? It is here. Professor Ghassan, thank you for continuing to challenge us, inspire us, encourage us to look beyond what is and towards what could be. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving Professor Ghassan a warm welcome, Chancellor of Abu Dhabi University.
Is it working? Thank you, Alison. It's so hard to compete with you. You are so articulate, and they put me after you, Alison. But leaders produce better leaders, not followers, for sure. Do you think I'm going to present today? It's a joke. I'm not going to present. I'm going to ask Mohammed, where is the AI? Okay, robot, come please. Oh, it's coming. Thank you for designing it, Dr. Hamad. And Khulud, with the help of Khulud as well. AI will never, ever replace us. There is no robot, and there is no AI agent. It will be me. Humans before AI. But I want to ask you a question first, please. You can raise your hand if you think that AI will beat humanity. Who would be, you feel AI will beat humanities? My God, who else? 2, 3, wow, 4, 5, yeah, even Nadine, our graduate will work with us. You feel AI will beat humanities, Professor John Paul? Thank you all for coming, my dear friends, our partners, colleagues, and our live stream attendants. I don't know how many people are there. Would you be able to tell? Dr. Hamad, I'm sure. So what I'm going to talk today about the art and science of leadership in the era of AI. And Alison was so articulate about the messages. We lead with purpose, and we use AI to support us. But I think I am worried about AI beating humanity. And I will tell you one thing why. If you look at the evolution of civilization, we started with the hunting revolution. This lasted thousands of years. People were hunting animals to survive. Then they moved to the agricultural revolution, where people rely on agriculture to survive, thousands of years. Then we moved to the industrial revolution. It lasted a few hundred years, maybe. Then the knowledge revolution, around 30, 40 years maybe. And now, the AI revolution. Every day, we have an AI revolution. We know some companies are employing, this is for Dean John Paul, 75% people and 25% AI agents. So I am worried just in case we will move to another phase of hunting where AI could hunt our jobs. It could happen. The people who said yes, 4 or 5, I'm sure they have been thinking about it. And if they hunt our jobs, what can we do? We go to agriculture. We go and grow vegetables, tomatoes, aubergine. And then we start thinking about the new industries and the new knowledge and another phase of technology, which we don't know what AI could become so primitive with the new technologies could appear soon or later. So we have to be careful with AI. And if we are not careful, it will hunt us. And humanity could be in a very dangerous position, in fact. So I understand that people are worried about it. Now, a friend of mine told me recently, he said, I applied for promotion in her company, and the director said, oh, don't worry, if you are not happy, we can find an AI agent. Reality is happening. These messages we're hearing every day. So we have to make sure that we are aware of millions of jobs disappearing, and we know this from the World Economic Forum report, but so many other millions will appear in different forms. So there will be new jobs. We don't know what they are. I think for our students at Abu Dhabi University, we want to make sure that we are teaching them how to learn. Because the new job, we don't know what it is. They have to learn it. And this is the most important skill now in academia, to teach students how to learn. And for us to unlearn what we have learned in the past, which is very, very hard unlearning. We're very fortunate in Abu Dhabi University that our chairman, His Excellency Dr. Ali Bahari, from day one, ChatGPT was released, he was telling us, remember Dr. Hamad, please make sure that you have developed the guidelines, you have developed the strategy, embrace it, make sure that it doesn't replace you, but it can help you, support you. And we know the strategy in the UAE, at least in the public sector, to have AI assistant for every employee, which is really good to support them, not to replace them. So the whole philosophy is based around support, not replacement. But when we think about the world and we are living in, I remember when I was in my youth, maybe, we did not have these problems. We had a war in Lebanon, yes, of course, it wasn't nice, but nobody talked about climate change, nobody talked about AI, nobody talked about losing your job. Dr. Hamad, completely different youth from those. Imagine Generation Z, born between 1997 and 2012, and they have lived COVID-19, they have lived the war in the Middle East now, challenging times. They have been seeing the climate change. I mean, in Europe now, it's hotter than in the Gulf states, much hotter. So climate change is there for sure. It's an issue. Environmental issue, conflicts, demographic change. We have young population in our part of the world. In the UK and Europe and West, they have the elderly to look after, not the youth. Completely different demographics. And we have, of course, the AI and technological revolution happening. We have the new financial framework because of conflict, because of sustainability issues. We have the issue of law and order. And for those of us who work in the UAE, we have the CAA framework. And this is a major driver for us to drive, Professor Hani, to drive the way. I'm really glad to see colleagues from our sister organization, Liwa University. Of course, Professor Lilwa from New York University, Abu Dhabi, all the time, and she's our dear friend of the university. Professor San, thank you for the 30 clinic collaboration. Really, really appreciate it. If you look at the history of AI, everybody thinks that AI is 4 years old. AI is 80 years old. It's all colluded. It's not going to work. Technology. I should be a robot. Maybe it was scared from AI, huh? But when you look at AI and the history of AI, I should look at this screen, Dr. Hamad, you told me. AI is 80 years old. It has been around for a long time. I remember I developed expert systems solutions in the past Then we move machine learning, then big data, then deep learning. Mr. Tariq, our guru of IT in the university, and now generative AI, because of ChatGPT and all the generative AI tools, everybody is talking about them. But those are 4 years old. They are not 80 years old. And I don't think jobs have been replaced because of AI in the last 80 years. So I'm confident that we are going to keep our jobs if we knew how to use AI and not let AI conquer us. If you look at definition, did I miss anything? Oh, yeah. So we are entering a new leadership era. We cannot lead the way we're leading before AI. It doesn't work because you need ethics, you need empathy, you need purpose, you need values, what Alison mentioned. And this will help us immensely to lead properly. But let's look at leadership first. There are 400 definitions of leadership. Imagine, thousands of quotes about leadership. You don't know which one you can choose. You can ask AI to do it. By the way, if you look at the beauty of using AI, I used to spend, all of us, hours, days, weeks on PowerPoint. And we try our best to produce the best design, and it will be ugly. And now with AI, Dr. Mohammed Steha, we give it just the parameter. We say, generate the poster. I know how to do it. Jennifer and Teresa, I know how to do it myself, but of course, Khulud did most of them, and with the help of Dr. Hamad. But you can see what you can do with PowerPoint even using AI. Transform the way we can present now. It looks much more elegant, much nicer. So leadership is a matter of making a difference. Leader create value, solve problems, and improve the lives of their people and so on. So various definitions. If you look now at the theories of leadership, we started with the great man theory. And the great man theory, Professor Barry, was developed by the military. And it assumes only men can lead. I'm really sorry, our female leaders. The great man theory was just about leaders are born, and they are born as men, not women. So as a man, I can be born as a leader. Imagine. Now we move to the trait then theory, where you can see early traits of leadership in children. I've seen it all the time. You can see children who are leading and children who are following. Children who are leading may be naughty, they create gangs, but they want to lead. And they have other children who follow them. They call them the trait theory. Then the behavior theory, the situational theory, where you have to lead depending on the situation. Now, because we have this conflict, we may adopt a different leadership style. Then there is the contingency theory, the transactional theory, and the transformational theory, which is really about transforming people and societies and organizations. And the inspirational leadership, the most important one, before now digital leadership and social leadership. So a new theory is emerging now about digital leadership and social leadership, which is different from the inspirational leadership. So it has inspiration plus AI and digital transformation. Leadership styles, 3 types: autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. Laissez-faire, it's working. We don't need to touch it. Let's keep it as it is. And the autocratic, democratic, etc., depends on the maturity of the organization. Immature organizations lead autocratic leaders. Mature organization can afford democratic leaders. Alison mentioned the art and science of leadership. Believe me, the science could be AI, but the art of the humans who will have values, passion, creativity, emotional intelligence, and so on. The science is the evidence, the planning, the accountability, and the measurement using KPIs. Sometimes I feel that the KPI fatigue. Everything is measured in an organization. I remember when I was in the UK at the University of Salford, we had 17 KPIs for the whole university, for teaching and learning, research, innovation, etc. The more KPIs we have, the more confused we are. Maybe AI is helping us to generate some. What do you think, Dr. Hamad? So the science, you can see the difference between the science and art. The art gives leadership its soul, which is important. The science gives it its strength. Together they create lasting impact. I keep telling my colleagues in the university, in life, in everything, not in leadership, there are 4 dimensions. Science, art, connections, and perceptions. In everything we do, you need the connections, you need people to change their perceptions about you. I was giving a presentation in Uzbekistan. And I could see the people in the room, they were mainly European. So as I stood up to present, they said, Abu Dhabi University, never heard of Abu Dhabi University. I knew that they are not interested. I could see their body language. I started by saying, Professor John Paul, and I'm really proud to say that our College of Business has double accreditation from the AACSB and EQUIS. I swear to God, everybody, because most of them did not have the double accreditation. Within seconds, I made them change their perceptions about the university. Of course, then this led to connections and MOUs and working with them. So the 4 dimensions are really important. Now, how AI changes the leadership equation. If you look at the traditional AI, which is we have the experience, the analysis, the decision, the action, this is typical. But when you look at AI-enabled leadership, we have the data, we have the intelligence, we have the human judgment now, we have faster decisions, we have continuous learning, we have beautiful designs, we have speed, and so on. So there is a big advantage in using AI to our advantage, but we need to use it carefully, ethically, properly, before it conquers us. So what AI brings to leadership? Of course, the data and insight, we spoke about it. The speed, we can move really fast. This is reality, predictions, anticipation. Automation, the whole idea was just to do automation, personalization, personalized learning, and so on, and innovation and creativity enabler. So it's really to our advantage, as I said before, to use AI. And you can see what leadership brings to AI. AI can process, predict, and recommend. But believe me, leadership still, you need the purpose, you need the context, and you have to have the responsible actions. And these are all human issues, not AI issues. The purpose and vision, the judgment and wisdom, the empathy, the ethics and values, the accountability and courage. These are personal, they are human, they are not AI. The moment AI starts having a purpose, judging us properly, have wisdom, have emotional intelligence, social intelligence, etc., we are out. We can provide direction, the context, the human purpose, and commitment and legacy, and so on. Of course, what changes the speed, we spoke about it, the access to information, instant access. Within seconds, you go to ChatGPT or any generative tool and then say, give me information about this. They'll give you plenty of, now it's getting really better all the time, so the information is accurate. There are plenty of tools and capability, the scale and complexity, it can decompose a problem, solve it for you, and the expectations. What doesn't change, of course, we mentioned it, Alison mentioned it, the purpose, the values, the people, the judgment, the trust. Do you trust AI? How many of you trust AI? Oh my God, the same people who thinks AI will eat us. Trust it. Okay, I don't trust it because then I have to go and check what I produce with AI, for sure. But we are really lucky. We are living in the phase of augmented leadership. We have the human side, but we have AI to enable us. And this is what, I don't know, Dr. Hamad, this is, you may have done this slide, whether it's a true term, because it's augmented reality, from virtual reality than augmented reality, augmented leadership, where we have all the things we have mentioned before, but it helps us in know, predict, recommend, optimize, and automate. We have been talking about these issues all the time. And from data to wisdom. It was interesting. In computer science, my colleagues here, Professor Ghazal and Professor Shakib, he's the oh yeah, they're all here. We were talking in the past about data, information, knowledge, Mr. Tariq, and then wisdom. People added the layer of wisdom. Now we have a layer of intelligence and a layer of judgment. But imagine if wisdom stayed at layer 4 and we have intelligence on top of wisdom, then judgment will be in deep trouble. So wisdom has to be all the time at the very top. And that's why we put it this way. I think you changed it, Dr. Hamad, the order. And we need responsible AI leadership. You need the human oversight, the accountability, the sustainability to make sure that we're creating sustainable leaders who are AI enabled. We have to be transparent and fair in terms of treating people, because AI, if we are not careful, could color our judgment even. So we need a culture, and we need a new culture because of AI. So we need a new leadership approach. We need a new culture. We need to foster curiosity, embed ethics in our daily activity, not daily, hourly activities. Encourage collaboration, which is really important. Empower people. And once again, Alison, I mean, you could have done the keynote yourself. You have covered everything. You didn't leave anything for me. And then we focus on purpose. But the most important thing are the people. Believe me. In the era of AI, we cannot treat people badly. We cannot shout at them. They can take them through performance if they are not doing well. Soft on the people, tough on the issues. Sometimes I feel people are tough on the people, soft on the issues. You can get away with murder if you're not performing well, but no, people will shout at you. No, I would rather not shout at anyone, but if they're not performing well, they should be at least asked. They need help, they need to improve, and so on. So focus on, empower people and focus on purpose. Really, it's the key. This is one of my favorite thoughts, because I did it myself, but AI changed the design. I identified 21 types of intelligence which exist nowadays. Now, when I was growing up in Lebanon, people asked me, what's your IQ? If my IQ was high, that's it. I'm going to become president, maybe. It's not the case anymore. You can have an average IQ and an average GPA, but you have strong emotional intelligence and cultural intelligence and social intelligence and digital intelligence and foresight intelligence, you will do much better. And this is where AI will never ever have emotional intelligence, unless I'm mistaken. It can have foresight intelligence. It may tell you what could happen in the future. At least scenarios. Nobody can predict the future, but it can help. So really, when you look at this slide and see the types of intelligence needed by our graduates, by our students, I don't think AI will have it. I don't think AI will have social intelligence ever. Even though now sometimes they know where you're coming from, your background a little bit and so on, but it will take them ages to do it. It's good. This is AI? Wallah, you, Dr. Hamad, wallah, you are confusing me, or Khulud maybe. In the era of AI, the most intelligent choice is human, for sure. Human. AI will never replace us. So you can see, you can imagine, you can align, you can mobilize, you can sustain and scale. Technology enables transformation, but leadership makes it happen. I hope that you don't change your mind after this lecture and you believe AI is going to beat humanity. So you can see, it's good they support each other. AI looks at intelligence, speed, scale, and leadership look at purpose, judgment, humanity. We have said it many, many times through augmented reality. So AI without leadership capability without direction, speed without purpose, intelligence without ethics, and leadership with AI, decision based on limited data, slower leadership without AI, slow response to change, high risk blind spots, and so on. So AI and humans can go hand in hand and help each other. And once again, we need to lead, not to manage, because when we lead, we focus on the big picture, we look at the future, we look at the right thing. We don't want to just manage to do things right. We could be using the wrong AI, but we are doing it right. It doesn't help us at all. So we have to do the right thing. We have to have the vision. We have to have the stamina to change things. So the heart of leadership is leadership and creativity, of course, words that guide us, the leadership balance between AI and humans, the art and science, as we mentioned before, and you can add the connections and perceptions, and together we achieve more as humans with the support of AI. So a leader, whether it's in the AI era or without AI, a leader should have a clear vision, strong believer in quality, personality and charisma, transparency, fairness, respect for people, irrespective of where they come from, their color, their religion. It's awful when we discriminate against anybody because of a certain trait. Innovation and creativity is a must. Integrity, strong principles, a good promoter of excellence. Loyalty, for me, is the top quality in a leader. Loyalty and trust. Faith in her own people and sense of humor. It will be nice sometimes if we see a leader with a sense of humor, because sometimes we look at leaders and we start crying when we see them, unfortunately. So the key quality for leading today, be a guide, not a commander. Learn always. Flexibility is strength, careful people, and clear communication. And the right way to think, plan, do, reflect, evaluate, learn, plan better. Unfortunately, sometimes we do, and we think. We use an AI tool. We think about it. Then we deflect. Then we regret using it. Then we blame somebody. We need to find a scapegoat. Then we learn not and we plan not. We start again. We do it the wrong way. So we have to do it the right way. And of course, Jack Welch, it's all about creating leaders. So you can see before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. So the ultimate test of leadership is not measured by how much you have achieved. It's measured by how you are capable of helping others achieve more. Grow yourself, people, organization, legacy, and so on. Khulud, I feel I have missed one slide. Where is Khulud? On in what way AI has influenced our thinking in the university. I think I have a slide for it. I remember having one. Anyway, I think I still remember it. So what we did with AI, we produced guidelines for faculty and staff and students a week after ChatGPT was released. The same week, maybe. Then we developed programs. Dr. Hamdi, you can help me, and Professor Uzair, in artificial intelligence engineering, bachelor and master. We have a master in cyber law and artificial intelligence. We had Dr. Sisi, a bachelor in video game design. We set up the Research Institute for AI and Emerging Technologies, led by Professor Mohammed Ghazal, who is here with us. So we have done a lot of work in the university because of AI. It has been a driver for our thinking, for our approaches, and so on. We developed a bachelor in cybersecurity, master's program, digital transformation as well, Dr. Jean Paul, and so on. So we have done a lot of work, in fact. So the leadership multiplier, if you are a leader, then you should be a multiplier. You attract talent. You are the magnet You bring them to the university, students, staff, faculty, and you empower them to perform well. You challenge them, and I think Alison used the word challenging many times. You challenge them, you say you cannot do it. They will go and do it because you have challenged them. You liberate them. If you confuse them, if you confiscate them, if you put them under pressure, they will not perform well. You invest in them. It's not just money. In capability and resources, in connections, in networks, and so on. And this is the whole philosophy of being a multiplier, not a diminisher. Some organizations are full of diminishers. They oppress you. They tell you are not going to progress, you are not good, you are bad, etc. They will fail. Alhamdulillah, at Abu Dhabi University, we have plenty of multipliers. And our biggest multiplier is our chairman, who believes in us. He created a culture of multipliers, not diminishers. And of course, if somebody is not doing well, we can help them, we can support them. But this is the whole philosophy now in the university. So leadership shapes what's next. Inspire, empower, transform, leave a legacy. I know before I finish, they have removed this slide for me, Dr. Hamad and Khulud. It's all about the boss and the toaster. So there was a boss who wanted a toaster. He asked a doer and a talker to do it for him. The doer went home, designed the toaster, manufactured it, tested it, put some bread, he got toasted bread. He couldn't sleep. He went to his boss early morning, said to him, boss, I have created the toaster, I have it with you. The boss plugged it in, put some bread, he got toasted bread. Dr. Hamad, he was over the moon. All what he wanted, toasted bread. The talker, and I keep telling everybody, I am a talker maybe, but Dr. Hamad is a doer, because we have been very lucky. We changed his title from Vice Chancellor for Administrative and Financial Affairs to Vice Chancellor for AI and Operational Excellence. And the amount of training he did for faculty, staff, students, school kids, in Abu Dhabi, in Al Ain, the Association of Arab Universities is enormous. I spoke to His Excellency Professor Ahmed Salam last week in Cambridge. He said to me, you have Dr. Hamad, he is just amazing. He trained 990 people last week about the use of AI, how to use it, not how to talk about it. So let me finish with the toaster now. The talker disappeared for 20 years, came back with plenty of designs, plans, papers. He came to his boss, he said, look boss, I have designed the toaster for you. You can use it as a toaster, you can use it as a hair dryer, you can use it as a coffee machine. And the boss decided to sack the talker, and they all lived happily ever after. So what we need in life, we need people to do, not to talk, especially in the era of AI. Is it the last one? Thank you for listening.
So before we continue, can I fix your mic?
Yeah.
Human touch, yeah? AI can never replace us, right? Is that better?
Is it better?
All right. Thank you very much for a very informative session and thought-provoking session this afternoon.
Pleasure.
I think there was a great deal for us to absorb, don't you think? We're humans, we're not AI, we should be responding. One of the messages that particularly stood out with me this afternoon is AI and leadership are not competing forces. They can coexist. AI may provide intelligence, speed, data, and scale, but leadership provides something technology can never replace. Purpose, judgment, empathy, values, accountability, and wisdom. And I particularly like that the idea that AI becomes more capable, leader does not become less important, it becomes consequential. That is a powerful message for all of us this afternoon, because irrespective of our title or our position, leadership is ultimately reflected in the impact we have on our people. So with that, I'm going to open the floor for questions this afternoon. But first I want to ask Professor Cassano one question. what do you think about ethics in AI? Let's have a discussion, a little discussion.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most important aspect in life. We know, I mean, last week in the UK, there was a tragic incident at Cambridge University. Unfortunately, somebody took his own life, maybe. Now, he was investigated about maybe I don't know, qualifications and so on. He was prosecuted by the media, and he lost his life. We don't know whether he was innocent or guilty. So people should be innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. And with ethics now, it's so important for us to be ethical in every single step we do because of AI. And we want our students to be highly ethical. The temptation is there. Imagine when we did our PhDs, it took us 6-7 months to do just the literature review. And now with a statement, 2 seconds, we can get the literature review done. So it's very dangerous. If you're not careful, people will lose their jobs, university will destroy their reputation.
And that brings me to a very important point with ethics, in that we must understand that as we use AI, we have to use it ethically. We have to ensure that we use every possible tool to review what we have done, to make sure we're doing it ethically. In our judgments, in our leadership, in our research, we need to ensure that we embed our ethics in it. So that leaves me now, Professor Ghassan, can I open the floor for questions?
Of course.
Okay, who would like to go first?
If I don't know the answer, I'll ask AI. You need AI to fix this mic. Or you need somebody who has bigger ear. Thank you.
Who would like to ask our first question this afternoon?
Oh,
Dr. Hamdi, Dr. Hamdi, Dr.
Christina.
Hamdi.
Christina is going to ask me a very difficult question. I am scared, Christina, now.
Yes. As long as you mentioned my name, I have to ask a question. Thanks for the presentation. And if the audience here wants to take part of to lead the transformation on the era of AI, what's the first or only advice that you give to start tomorrow or implement it tomorrow to be part of that?
Okay. I think the most important thing to believe that AI can add value to your organization. If you don't believe in it, and at ADU, from day one, we felt that AI can help us. But we have to do it properly. We have to do it ethically. So we set up the group. We start working together. We identify areas where it will help our business. We implemented it at a strategic level. You need the support of the board. If your board, if our chairman is not supportive, you could do nothing in the university. Our chairman was the most supportive in this area. So I think you need to embrace it. You need to believe in it. You need to get the right team, but you need the very top support, because you will need resources at some stage. You will need to change the culture. It's all about culture change. Technical capability is so important, but it's easy. Cultural change, organizational change, people change. It's not easy. It's difficult. Alhamdulillah, at Abu Dhabi University, we've been very fortunate. I'm assuming it's the same at Liwa University and NEMA in general. But you need the vision, you need the support, you need the passion, you need the intelligence, you need the innovation. You need Dr. Hamad, to be honest. We have been so fortunate. We had Dr. Hamad. Imagine if we did not have Dr. Hamad. You have to recruit somebody to come and do the AI for us. By the time they will learn about the culture, etc., AI would have advanced so fast. So, and he has helped the community at large, not just us. So many schools, so many universities. Wherever I go, people ask me, how is Dr. Hamad? I said, do you know him? I said, I never met him, but I attended his seminar online.
Thank you, Professor Ghassan.
Christina.
I think we have one, yeah, and then to Ms. Christina.
السلام عليكم دكتور عبد الله الشيبر ليوا يونيفرسيتي
Thank you, Professor, for this actually fruitful lecture. And my question is about the AI agents. As we know, the revolution of the AI also brought to us the AI agents recently. And with the incident that happened a few days ago at OpenAI, when the agent actually went through his environment and hacked another program to get the answers. So what can be done actually to ethically and security-wise to also make sure the AI is working fine, as well as the agent also are working fine?
Good question. And this is the problem. This is where if AI feels so empowered that they can really overcome us and take our jobs and do whatever they like, of course they will become hackers. They will hack each other, and the cybersecurity system may fail. So we have to put the right measures in place, no question about it. We have to control it. You know, in the States, I think they sent, I don't know, a few hundred engineers home. They said, we're going to use AI agents to do the job. After a few weeks, they realized the AI couldn't understand it. They brought them back, 300-400 engineers, in fact. So sometimes you may feel that AI can do the job for you, and it's not true. We have to be mega careful. So I think this is a very good example of where AI could destroy us if we're not careful. Christina, I can't wait for your question now.
Thank you, Prof. Ghassan, for your speech. I was just wondering if we could have your thoughts on how we can encourage our teams to experiment with AI and embrace it, while at the same time not compromising on ethics, accountability, and human judgment.
Yes, this is the most difficult question as well, Christina, because even if you encourage them, and alhamdulillah, everybody is encouraged. If I can do it, Christina, everybody can do it. Dr. Hamad insisted that I should, and I have Khulud. I'm lucky I have an AI assistant and a great assistant, in fact. But I think ethics is the most difficult subject, I must admit. And I think ethics should be taught now at schools, primary schools, because we have been teaching different type of ethics at schools. Now we have to make sure that our kids understand at the age of 4 or 5 that it's unethical to go and do it. Because the problem with them, they are digital natives. So they know about AI at the age of 6 or 7 more than us. But they have to be educated about ethics. And because if we're not careful, my main worry now, with time, Christina, you will see a lot of PhDs appearing that they have been plagiarized. A lot of articles have been published without real data, in fact. And it could destroy people's reputation and institutional reputation just because of one word, ethics. Because if you are ethical, you will never do something. You may go and get some information from AI, but you will check it, you will analyze it, you will evaluate it, you will rewrite it, and so on. You cannot cut and paste. Dr. Hamad, if you want to make some contribution, being our teacher, Dr. Hamad is my teacher, is my AI teacher. And Professor Barry, if you want, Professor Barry now.
Professor Barry, 1 second. The young lady next to you.
Professor Lula.
Advocate for women.
Professor Lula is going to ask you a difficult question.
So, always I hear people talking about we need to prepare our students, faculty, researchers for the new era of AI. Well, with that question, everyone said, yes, we do. We do need to prepare them. However, everyone is hiding in a corner using the AI. And we know that. So, as a leader, what's your advice for the leaders? How we can encourage our employees to speak up about their use of AI?
Good. Thank you, Professor Lulu, for a very, very good question. If leaders and faculty and staff do not realize that we are living in a different world, then we are in deep trouble, because now students, most students are self-learners.
They can go and learn on their own. Believe me, they don't need us at all. And the value of the degree itself is 25% to 30% maybe. 70% comes from the extra skills we can give them. So if we still use the same curriculum, the same assessment method, the same teacher learning approach in the era of AI, we are destroying those people's futures. Believe me. We have to revamp our curriculum. We have to change it completely. We have to train our faculty. The problem now in the digital divide is between the elderly, like myself, and the young students who knows everything about AI, and you want to stop them from plagiarism? They have 3 million ways of doing it, and we don't know how. So, and between the parents and the students as well at home. So I think we need to redesign our curriculum, our assessment, our approach to teaching and learning. We have to focus on the extra curricular skills, the soft skills, the employability skills we talk about. I think the CAA framework, the outcome-based evaluation framework, they got it right. Because the focus is on the student, more on the university or the institution as a whole, which is the right approach. So they want to make sure that the graduates are employed. So employability outcomes has, employment outcomes have 25% of weighting. Learning outcomes 25%, and collaboration with industry, we want Professor Sam to come and teach our students because they will teach them something relevant to the industry. It has 20%. So 70% of the CA framework is related to the student experience, not just about how to assess them, how to teach them, etc., and so on.
Just want to mention something that happened on the 11th of August in Australia, where an agent was asked by the person who commissioned the agent, let's say, to have a look at a gym where there was a waiting list for membership and see if they could optimize their place on the list. So the agent hacked into the system, found somebody at the top of the list, threw them out and put this guy on. Now, it came to light. Of course, it was presented as a doomsday scenario. I was telling Dr. Hamid about this actually. He said, yeah, but who developed the agent and who programmed the agent? Now, at one level, you think, oh, that's a terrible thing to happen. But on another level, you think, well, you know, if I could get a business class flight on Etihad, I might develop an agent to do that. And I suppose if you take that in a certain way, as you were saying, we're sitting in the corners and we're fiddling with AI, and now you can develop agents yourself very easily. Should there be a restriction on who could develop agents? Should it be a training program? Should it be a license? You know, how do we infuse the ethics there? I should say, just because we have a nice audience here, and I want to spruik Abu Dhabi University to that other question of how do we start in AI. Professor John Paul has a wonderful master's in digital transformation, and you don't need to be a tech guru, but you can learn the parameters of AI, and also has a course in AI governance.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to the topic I mentioned about the AI hacker. It's who did it. The human has developed it in such a way to hack the system. The same here. I have this feeling, if we are not careful, and it's going to happen through regulations. With time, if I want to generate, if I go to ChatGPT and then say, generate a poster for me, he will say $100. I will not do it. For sure. It's going to, if it goes the other way, if the humanities feel they're going to be beaten by AI, then the regulatory bodies will interfere and start charging people for doing it, to control it. Because all of these are done by humans. I mean, the guy who will go and optimize the algorithm is a human, not just an AI could be. Or at least has the idea.
Thank you very much, Professor Ghassan.
My friend
I think we
Steve.
have time for one more question.
I have a question.
One more question.
So-
Who is that, Stephen?
Steve,
Me.
Thank you.
Can't keep me down.
if you make it difficult, I will not go to Goa with you, huh?
All right. So you spoke about moving from managing to leading transformation. So in the age of AI, or in the AI era, what would you say, or what do you believe that managers or leaders rather should stop doing and what they should start doing?
Yeah, I mean, the difference, of course, between managing and leading, whether it's AI or without AI, Steve, we have to focus on the right thing, not to make things right, which we have mentioned in the lecture. We have to have the vision as leaders to see what's next. I mean, AI now, what's next? This is the whole idea of leadership. You are not just, you could be a manager and a leader, but for leadership, you have to have the vision. You have to see beyond the horizon. You have to have the scenarios, what could happen. And on a daily basis, you have to do your job as a manager.
Thank you very much. Dr. Hamad, would you like to have a comment? I think this is your area. Please, can you take the mic to Dr. Hamad?
Please,
yes.
we beg you.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's an amazing presentation. I attended many of Professor Ghassan's presentation. The leadership is very clear. Okay. I think future of AI, in my opinion, will it replace human? I think we can't say yes or no now.
Okay.
We can't. I think it's very difficult. I think the future will be a combination between human and AI. Our body will be half of it maybe technology, and half of it our body. So, and how you can work together, that may be the challenge in the future.
So we can say we will coexist.
I want, Alison, to thank you and to thank Dr. Hamad, Professor Bari, all colleagues who helped, Dr. Khulud, who did a lot of work while I was enjoying myself during the summer, she was doing all the presentation. Our colleagues in marketing, Bassam and Noor, and in HR, in TEG, Talent Empowerment Growth, and our IT, procurement, everyone who has helped us. I'm really grateful to all of them. And Ivy, where is Ivy? Ivy was trying to promote the program. She's not here. Ivy, are you here, Ivy?
Professor Ghassan, I would like you to leave us with one final thought. What do you hope each of us will take away from today's session and apply to our own leadership?
I hope that everyone, I'm sure everyone in this room is embracing AI, but I think we should embrace it with ethics. Make sure that you have the vision to develop it in an ethical way. Make sure that the people are still comes first, people before AI, and leading with purpose. You have mentioned it many, many times. If you don't have a purpose, then what do you want to lead? It's like, if you look at Qatar, Qatar has 8 phases of change, the change management model, John Qatar. Phase 1 established the sense of urgency. The sense of urgency in AI now is there because people are worried about losing their jobs. This is reality. Step 2, establish the coalition. The coalition happened, is the result of collaboration between government, institutions, private sector, public sector, and so on. So I think collaboration is a key. I think when we collaborate better as a humans, we'll be able to beat AI. If we are divided, AI will beat us, and we will start the hunting phase.
Thank you very much, and I think that's a perfect note for us to close on. Today's presentation reminds us that we have to, as we continue to change, we need to put forth these few words: people, purpose, values, trust, judgment, courage, and impact. AI multiplies our intelligence, okay? But it will never replace us. So great leadership multiplies people. Great leadership multiplies people, and I'm repeating that for a reason. And that perhaps is the greatest challenge for every leader in this room today. Not simply to ask how AI can make us better, but faster and more productive, but to ask, how can AI empower the people around us to be better, to be stronger and more capable? Because ultimately, true leaders are not anything about personal achievement. It's about how we encourage our team to achieve and how we have led them to that. Professor Ghassan, on behalf of everyone here, our colleagues from LIWA, our colleagues from outside of the university, all the faculty and staff who have here today, those online, we would like to thank you. We would like to thank you for sharing your insight, your experience, and most importantly, your perspective on what leadership must do in this new era. And to all our colleagues, thank you for your engagement. Thank you very much for coming out today, and thank you very much for showing up.
We should thank our colleague Muhammad Abdul Hayy for this beautiful auditorium where we are really proud now to stand and present.
Thank you, Abdul Hayy. So let's leave with these few words. Inspire, transform, empower, and leave a legacy. And with that, I want to thank you, but please do not leave. We would like to have one photo with everyone on stage. So please come on up. Let's have one big photo. Thank you. And when we're finished today, please mingle, please have a coffee on us and just relax a bit and mingle and share leadership ideas. Come on up. Thank you, everyone.
Every age has changed the world. Every challenge opened doors. Now intelligence is rising, showing possibilities once ignored. AI can process, predict, and create, but only people choose our fate. Technology may light the way, human wisdom leads the day. With evidence and intuition, with courage, empathy, and vision, we bring the art, we bring the science, we lead with purpose and with conscience. Inspire, empower, transform, leave a legacy. Lead with wisdom, lead with heart, shape what tomorrow can be. AI gives us speed and scale, but people give it meaning. Inspire, empower, transform, lead the future responsibly. See the signals, imagine more, align the people, open the door, turn the vision into action, build a culture of collaboration, be firm and purpose kind with people, fair in judgment, clear and truthful.